Alright, what's up, y'all? We back with another one. So today I got this reaction video to a video. A fellow YouTuber actually doing a reaction to me. I have responded to videos like this before. I feel like it was a time for an update. Alright, so I appreciate Bubs the God for shouting me out, tagging me, and doing a proper response. I did watch the first minute and a half, 2 minutes of the video just to see if if it was worth reacting to. Yeah, it definitely is. So it is a different perspective on the videos that I've been doing on, sexuality and relationships pertaining to bottoms and verse dudes on their promiscuity, but tops as well. However, I've been told this before, but I did not know that I was reiterating red pill Kevin Samuels rhetoric, because I had not seen Kevin Samuels until right before he had passed away, when he had went viral for that. To me, it was like he was disrespecting that girl. I thought he was disrespecting her. I didn't like it. So when people kept telling me I reminded them of Kevin Samuels or whatever, I did not understand why until I went back and did my research. I saw a couple more videos that he did. I see what y'all was saying, but nah. So there is some truth in that, but I want to clarify certain parts. So yeah, let's go.
Say So TV. I don't know why I want to call this nigga Trey or something. I keep calling him Trey So TV, but I don't know why. But Say So TV. I've used one of his videos as a springboard for deeper conversations before in the past, but we're going to look at one of his videos that he uploaded, the entire thing, which again, you can look down below in the description box to watch the video in its entirety without my commentary or any of the effects that I applied to it in order for it to fall in fair use. And with that being said, let me go. He's speaking from an individual who is a complete top, an individual who is masculine, an individual that no shade is in a pretty privileged space in reference to societal means, okay? I'm speaking as an individual who also is a top, but also has bottoming experience, because in my first relationship, that was the only relationship that I bottomed in, and I bottomed more so than topping, okay? I bottomed more so than I desired to, but when you love a motherfucker, girl, that's what happens. But now I know what it is for me. I know what turns me on. I know what gets me off, and bottoming is not that. But because I've had bottoming experience, I feel like I'll be able to be more objective in the commentary as opposed to Trey, who really is bisexual. I keep calling this nigga Trey, girl. Say So TV. Oh, I'm gonna call him Trey, girl. You Trey over here on Bubs the Guy, girl. Trey, say.
Hey, I guess I am Trey over here at Bob's the Guy, you know what I'm saying? So, hey, I ain't mad at it. I'll take it, you know what I'm saying?
So TV is going to be the same thing for me, okay? That's cold word, okay? He's speaking from a privileged place of being bisexual and being masculine. So hopefully this commentary will be able to bring some... Oh, T said he bottomed also. Oh, okay. See, I'm speaking ignorantly.
Okay, now, look. Having one experience of trying something, I don't know if I can consider that bottoming, but hey, if y'all want to, that's fine. I did that video telling y'all that so that I could relate to y'all on a more deeper level. But I don't know if we can count that as bottoming. It was a little bitty penis, like the size of a finger. It was like 2 minutes or something. So it was me trying to find myself. I feel like I tell straight boys, try it, don't knock it completely till you try it. Now, of course, this won't correlate to something like drugs or anything, but when it comes to your sexuality, I feel like it's okay to explore, find out who you are, because if you try something and you don't like it, that to me cancels it out. You are what you like. So just because I tried it one time doesn't necessarily mean that I bottom, but hey, I'll take it because I do want to be relatable to y'all, and hey, I ain't got no problem with bottoms. So yeah, let's see.
Here, and at least I can admit when I'm speaking ignorantly. Okay? But anyway, let's go ahead and get into his commentary. And I want y'all to please share your thoughts on what y'all think about the commentary.
By the way, when I did do that, it was over 10 years ago. So the whole argument of what I used to hear a lot was, oh, once you do it, you're going to continue to do it. That's not true. You can definitely try something, find out it's not for you, and not have interest to do it no more. Straight up.
Let's get in.
This video clarify a few of the things that I've said on a couple other videos. So the first one, all right, I'm gonna just say this real quick and then I'm gonna stop pausing so much so we can get into it. I love the way that he did my background colors and shit. I don't know how he did that. I kind of know, but I like it. So I just gotta say that I like what he did. About bottoms and verse dudes with the last video and also just a few other videos I've made, I've tapped on this, but I haven't obviously said it the correct way fully and thoroughly. So most people get me, but some people are not. So I'm gonna go ahead on this video, clarify exactly what I mean by that and a couple other things, okay?
Y'all gonna hear this later.
So here's the deal.
It is what it is.
I can just give it to y'all in an example of how I said it to my boy. I'll fuck with it. So, just to say real quick, my hair, once again, this is that Super Saiyan say so look, alright? I know that y'all don't got no problem with it, but I do. I cannot stand it, but this is the reason why I be having it braided up under my do-rag all the time, because I cannot stand dealing with it. I am really edging to cut this shit, but my boyfriend doesn't want me to. He's like, nah, you know, I wish I had hair like that. We not cutting it, but hey, like, something gonna have to give because I am over it, but whatever. So, all right, that's the last time I'm gonna pause. I'm about to go ahead and really get into this commentary. All right, let's go. Boyfriend last night. Basically, last night, I was telling him, you know, hey, my subscribers, my commenters is really kind of going in on me for saying that verse dudes and bottoms should have a higher standard for who they allow inside of them and etc., right? And he was just like, well, what are they saying? Like, are they going in on you, or are they feeling like you trying to attack them or judge them or what? And I'm just like, yeah, they basically trying to say that I am being judgmental, misogynistic, etc. And he's like, okay, so what is it that you're saying? And I'm like, well, basically, I'm stating that bottoms and verse guys control the access to sex because they're the receivers of penetration. So they have a higher responsibility to sex because not only all the personal parts like prepping, you know, the emotional part, the vulnerability and all that, but also y'all are the ones that have the control to access to sex. So if y'all not giving it up, Tops can't smash and treat you like you just another body and move on to the next. Right. Y'all have the ability to say what your value is and demand that treatment. Otherwise, that person will not have access to you. But what I mean by that is, as a bottom or a verse dude, y'all gotta stand on business with that, because with Tops, if y'all are easily smashable, then there's no reason to actually like go forward as to date you, get to know you, nothing like that, because we have like that chasing mentality as well, just like every other man. I know y'all can't stand me. I know a lot of y'all can't stand me, boy. I noticed even in my analytics, like once I got to talking about this type of shit, I could tell a lot of y'all started taking it personal and feeling attacked and everything. So hopefully I can clarify some of that in this video, because I know a lot of y'all misunderstood me, but then there's a lot of y'all also who just don't want to do the work and don't want to hear what I got to say because it doesn't validate you. You know what I'm saying? And those kind of people, hey, I got to just sacrifice them. I'm not for everybody, but see, The difference between me and a lot of them other content creators is that I'm real. So I know that people gonna disagree with me. I have to allow y'all to. That's the only way I can help y'all. If I'm sitting up here saying everything that y'all just want to hear, ain't nothing coming of that. Sometimes, they could be truthful and it could be helpful, but not all the time. Real people you're gonna disagree with and agree with. If you agree with everything someone says, they're fake. All right, I'm keeping it 100 with you. And so, if you make yourself so easy on the market and available like that, then it kind of prevents us from even being able to see your value if we're not looking. Okay?
Now, before he goes forward, I kind of want to tap in a little bit. I can understand his perspective if it was coming from a very holistic aspect, a more so mental and emotional awareness, and mature type of perspective. To his point, if you are the individual that is the receiver, you do hold power. You do hold power. Patriarchy is on all of us, not just straight men, but also gay men as well that fall into line with that patriarchal type of way of being.
Hold up. Wait a minute. Did he just correlate what I said with misogyny? Like, oh, that's why y'all be calling me a misogynist? Because y'all take what I be saying as a patriarchy thing, like, on some we better than y'all, like, hierarchy thing? Oh, my God. He literally said in the beginning, I thought he was getting ready to, like, say, like, he see me what I was saying, because that's exactly what I was saying. I'm saying it from a moral, self-esteem, self-loving standpoint. Not a patriarchal one. Is that why y'all be going against what I be saying? Let me continue.
Yes, you should be cautious about who you allow into your body, because when we look at sex from more than just a physical aspect and look at it at an energetic aspect, a spiritual aspect, y'all are transferring energies. And sometimes those energies can create blockages in your body that fuck up your life. That can manifest into the physical world, into the physical realm. But I don't believe that Say So TV is looking at it from that perspective.
That's exactly the perspective I'm looking at it from. So that is that's the first misunderstanding. So yep, I'm correct. All right, and if y'all not misunderstanding me, I will tell y'all. Don't think I'm up here just trying to save face. I mean everything I say. So I'm not ever trying to save face or none of that. There's hella people who agree with what I say too. So don't get it twisted. When I'm addressing these people who disagree with me, it's because I care about my community. I'm an advocate, and I'm trying to gain clarity amongst everybody and not, be misunderstood. I don't like being misunderstood. A real person can reiterate and give y'all more detail what he says, because I mean well. You know what I'm saying? It's the people with bad intentions and the like the people that he's describing that can't do what I'm doing, because they actually don't have good intentions. They're really just trying to put people down. So now I see why a lot of y'all have thought of that of me, but that's not the case. Be more open-minded and open-eared. I literally said that over and over again, and y'all still take me as I'm trying to be patriarchal and like misogynistic. Y'all not hearing me because y'all don't want to. When are we gonna get to the point of actually addressing that?
Because as you will learn later on, that is more so the fact of this idea of purity, that even though individuals who are tops, who are out there that are just slinging dick around, because again, they profit as well from the whole playboy aspect, even if it is gay, because they're the ones giving the dick, not taking the dick. So there's a hierarchy there.
Y'all too busy like women victimizing yourselves, thinking it's about hierarchies. Y'all not taking in consideration what a man is really saying. It's not about control. It's not about like condemning somebody. It's about this is what we like. This is what we're attracted to. This is what men of substance looking for. It's not about anything else. Y'all are taking what I'm saying and y'all twisting it up to fit a narrative for you to feel better because you want to be in competition with niggas because you want to be just like everybody. You want to be just like us. Basically, just like women want to be just like men. Bottoms want to be just like tops. Y'all want to have the ability to get to have things that God didn't set up. Like the people who are receivers of penetration are set up on different standards than people who give penetration. It's the way that God made it. Don't get mad at me. I'm the messenger. I'm not the player or the game. I'm just telling y'all what it is. And y'all don't like it because y'all don't it's like a child being told you can't do this but the other child can. So then y'all are childish responding like on some childish like it's all coming from this low self shit. Like y'all too busy trying to argue against something because y'all want to be equal right across the board, and that just isn't it. It just doesn't exist. Even DeQuell, whatever his name is, the other YouTuber, he even said it, and he's a bottom, and he literally said it, that y'all catch HIV quicker. Y'all are more susceptible to catching HIV. That is a God thing. Nobody misogynistic can come around and say, you as a penetrator, you're going to be the one to catch, a penetratee. You're going to be the one more vulnerable to diseases. I didn't make that up. That's what God did. And so y'all basically just mad because y'all are being held to the standard that y'all supposed to. Y'all want to be just like niggas that are penetrating people. I see what's up. It's this little childish little game. Nah, bro.
I think the individuals who are bottoms and verses are saying that it's unfair for individuals who are tops to be able to go out and chase and go for the hunt and for the kill. But then when they turn around and want to do the exact same thing, and No Shade can do it a lot better than the tops, then now all of a sudden there's this problem and this issue. It's a level of supremacy. And there are some people who have said that.
Nah. Y'all gotta get out this victim mindset. Don't nobody give no fuck about holding y'all down. Y'all can do what y'all want. Y'all can go out here and just give it up. That's why I be getting out at y'all like that. Cause y'all be taking my kindness for granted, for this control thing, and I don't like that. That is not cool. You know what I'm saying? I got good intentions, and I'm up here trying to tell y'all how to be treated better. And instead, y'all taking it like somebody trying to control y'all, belittle y'all. In this competition way, this is exactly what I be talking about. Didn't I say that I don't like niggas who get passed around because when you fuck with them, you give them a chance, they have this competition mindset. Don't nobody want to be with somebody that they in competition with, bro. We are in, and that's the thing with gay dudes, when they don't want to have any kind of heteronormative thoughts in the relationship, they think that y'all both the same and y'all both equals and they try to compete with you. No, nigga. I don't give a fuck about us being both niggas. That's one thing I preferred about the straight community. Being with girls, because the girl knows she can't compete with me from the jump. So this is another issue right here in this community that he just exposed. Y'all should be also trying to compete with niggas. Same with females who try to compete with niggas. They end up in the same situation as y'all. Hell nah.
Say So TV's commentary does come from a supremacist type of place. Now, again, I'm objective, so I'm going to learn for myself. I haven't watched a lot of his content, but I listened to a little bit of this content, almost like 20-something minutes worth, before I decided, yeah, I'm going to go live. But he does say some things to where it's like, okay, Say So, Trey, again, I'm calling him Trey. If you feel like you're trying to figure out what the problem is, then hopefully you will listen to this commentary because I'll be able to do the best I can to help break this down.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? So.
And you are doing very well, by the way. Don't get it twisted. Just because I may not agree, I am the type of person that I like to have constructive conversation. So the only way that that's possible is if we got different opinions in the room. If everybody thought just like me, we wouldn't have no conversation. You know what I'm saying? So I just want y'all to understand that y'all have misunderstood me a lot. So hopefully we can get some clarity on here.
So let's continue further.
Now, I'm gonna say some stuff to the tops too on this video because yes, it's true that bottoms can do all this that I'm saying, check all they T's, not be no slut, all that. And y'all gonna still do them dirty because y'all not ready. And then that's what kind of creates the domino effect of them becoming more promiscuous because it feels like it don't matter what they do, they gonna end up in the same position. You know what I'm saying? So I want to address that as well. But first, I just want to clarify exactly what I mean by that so that y'all can understand.
We gonna see if you address it or not.
I'm saying these statements so boldly, okay? Here's the deal. When you allow somebody to penetrate you easily, it sours the whole chase, the mystery, the infatuation, the stuff that men need in order for them to like pursue you in a relationship or dating or anything. So with y'all arguing against me saying that I'm basically saying that tops can just smash whoever they want and bottoms have to be, you know, like exclusive or whatever. And then that makes it sound like I'm trying to give tops an excuse, and I'm not. What I'm saying is that because tops are the least denominator, bottoms and verse dudes are the most common. So if y'all don't make tops respect you, they'll just smash and move on to the next bottom that's gonna be a chase. That's why like we go after straight dudes who are curious about bottoming and whatever, and if we can turn them out, them is a higher value to us, you know what I'm saying? Or like a top that we can get to turn to a bottom, higher value to us. Like basically y'all not giving us no kind of chase or no excitement when we can just hit you up, and because you're just as horny as us, we can come through and smash. The reason why most tops are not gonna tell y'all this is because most tops are fuckboys who have no intention with you. So all
that kind of defeats a little bit of the purpose of what you're saying. Like I get what you're saying, Trey, as far as that, but you just literally just said the majority of these tops out here are fuckboys who are about to chase. So what happens when they do tell them no, I don't want to do this? No, I don't feel like doing that. Or hey, why don't we go ahead and meet up somewhere instead of my house or at your house or in the back or a car or something? Why not go to a restaurant? Why not go out somewhere public and actually talk and get to know each other to see whether I'm worthy of respect or not? But I think what bottoms and verse individuals are saying is that if they automatically fuck boys and don't care about me, then why are they complaining when I decide that, okay, then, well, just like you said, oh, well, you horny and I'm horny, well, we're both men. And men gonna be horny regardless. I don't know about how females are because I'm not a female. I know only about male shit. When niggas get horny, they can get horny. I mean, seriously horny. How many wars have been started because of horniness? You got people in the church who project their horniness on other people every day because they afraid to go fuck. Because God gonna see it. Now, it'll be one thing, and again, we still have to listen to the entire commentary, but it would be one thing to hear someone say, hey, this is how an individual, fuck just a top or a bottom girl. This is how...
You know, y'all are a lot like women. A whole lot. Y'all keep putting the responsibility on somebody else. Whatever you can have responsibility for, like your bodily autonomy and all that, y'all still put that as someone else's responsibility. Like y'all want to have no accountability, no responsibility, nothing. Like, I'm sorry to break it to you. No, you're going to have to be held to some standards as well. I don't know what y'all thought this was. That whole statement that he made, if tops are just most likely F-boys, then why come they don't decide to take us out on a date first to see if I'm worthy of respect? No, that's how we find out. When y'all allow us to come through and smash, that's how we find out. Because if we do that approach that you just said, we'll be the one getting played. Because, see, that means that you want us to be the dumb boy that takes you out on a date. but then you were just letting all these other niggas smash. No. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead, link up with you, smash, find out that you are a thought, and then that's when we're gonna place you in that box over there on the side of, you know, you just a friend with benefit, maybe, you know, if even that, but you're friends with benefit and down now. Whenever we come through and we can smash that first time, unless I'm like young and I'm like kind of like not really knowing, because before I knew this type of stuff, then yeah, I would go ahead and just, you know, try to cuff the nigga that I first met, you know, and we fucked on the first date and all that, or the first time we met. I would still try to pursue them, but then that's why I got to this mentality, because I went through this. See, y'all act like I'm talking from experience. This is not no, I just woke up and decided to say this shit. I've been through this. I've been hurt through it. I didn't also learn through trial and error and mistakes. I've learned from my mistakes. Okay? I've done this. So no, stop putting the responsibility on somebody else. Stop giving it up on the very first time you meet somebody and expect them to like you. That's my point. That's literally the best way I can put it, as plain and simple. Quit expecting anything more. If you are meeting up with niggas the first time that y'all met and you are giving it up, the only ones that are gonna take you more like from that point and be serious is the dumb ones who don't know nothing yet. But then most likely they're gonna go through the same thing I went through with y'all, see how y'all like to be in competition, see how y'all think that, you know, y'all don't have to be responsible for nothing and we just completely equals across the board. I'm gonna tell y'all the reason why y'all think that here in a second, but just stay tuned because I want to see what else he got to say. But I just had to respond to that real quick.
How a real human being treats you, regardless of the sexual position that they like or that they are comfortable with or that gets them off in bed when it's time for that, in the words of Nico Aesthetics, super happy adult fun time. That there has to be something there more than just the sexual aspect. And there aren't conversations about that. It's more so of like, oh, let's go ahead and fuck first, and then we can build after that. That's where it gets fucked up.
That's the game that y'all are falling for. I was just talking to my to my aunt that's the same age as me the other day. She was in a lesbian relationship, but she ended up, like, she's bisexual as well, but she ended up breaking up with her, and she's now out here fucking with dudes. But she asked me for some advice because the one dude that she linked up with, she ain't dated a dude in over 5-6 years. The first dude she linked up with, she ended up doing some sexual shit with him, and then all of a sudden he didn't want to have nothing to do with her no more. But right before that, he was like on her ass, you know what I'm saying? And so she was like, why he do all this if, like, you know, da-da-da. So I had to tell her, so this is how men operate. We are very aware that majority of y'all are, you know, thoughts, you know what I'm saying? We don't want to end up with y'all though. So how we weed out the good from the bad ones is, if you allow me to smash off of just, if it's easy just because I'm telling you look good and I'm feeding your ego, I'm over here, you know, I'm over here doing things, I'm charming, you know what I'm saying? If that's enough to get you, we feel like every other nigga before us got you as well. Regardless of how true it is or not, you could have been never messed with a dude before, and then you do that, and that's what the dude will most likely think of you. That's why I be telling y'all not to do it. But instead, y'all want to sit up there, try to be mad at me for saying that y'all need to have self-worth and self-respect. Y'all don't want to have it. That's the problem, and that's the reason why y'all mad. I'm starting to figure that out here right now.
Up at. Now, yes, there are some people who have first fucked multiple times and now they in wonderful, beautiful relationships. And if that is who you are, then you need to tell your story and help some of these other hoes to navigate that shit.
That's a rare story. Like I said, that's one of them younger niggas or a bummy nigga. A nigga ain't got nothing going for himself, or a nigga with low self-esteem. That's the only nigga dealing with that, I promise you.
Because they're having a hard time. But there isn't communication there. There isn't honesty there. So if the bottom knows that the top nigga wanna fuck, then what's wrong with the bottom saying, well, since you wanna fuck, I wanna fuck too, let's fuck together? Isn't that—
y'all think just like women, and that's where y'all's downfall is at. Y'all not taking y'all's power and using it. Y'all wanna have our power. Y'all don't have our power. That's what y'all don't get. You don't get to say, okay, cool, I just want to fuck too. You are the hoe now. You're the gutter bucket, low vibrational, worthless, classless item now. Now you're not even a human. Like how he just said, like, no, we don't care about that. Not treating you like a human, none of that. You need to love yourself, then I can treat you like a human. You need to make me value you. Okay? Stop doing all this putting it off on the next motherfucker shit. Y'all always going off of somebody else's actions, what somebody else is doing. And I've learned that every time I'm talking to one of y'all, even when it comes to like my personal one, y'all all go off of the dude. I will ask y'all like, well, what you looking for? What exactly do you want to do with this? What's your goal with this guy or with what you're trying to do? They're like, well, it's if he want to do that, if he just want to smash, it's cool. But if I'm down for a relationship too, you can't do that. When you say it's okay for whatever he wants to do, you know what I'm gonna say when a nigga tell me that? Oh, okay, cool. It's all up to me. Bet. I'm gonna just go ahead and smash because see, I want a nigga that know what he want. Because with you telling me that, I know that you told all them other niggas that. And all them other niggas, because you're still sitting here in my face, that means you're single because them other niggas did the same thing I'm about to do. Which means I'm about to smash because you gave it as an option, right? So it's optional to rent you or buy you, right? Okay, cool. I'm gonna rent. What do y'all not get about that? Did Gucci and Prada have commercials out and said, ask the public, what do y'all think we should be putting our prices as? What do y'all think this Gucci bag is worth $2,000, $10,000? No. They just put the price on that bitch and whoever can afford it is who gets it. It doesn't matter who can't afford it. That's the problem with y'all. Y'all are too busy trying to be just like, you talking about we both men. We're both men, but that pertains to the penis. You are not operating as no man getting done in your butt. If you are craving getting done in your butt by multiple people and they're going to sit up here and try to use the argument that we're both men, that's not operating as a man. It's natural for a man to go around and fuck a bunch of different because that's like the nature of like, trying to spread the seed, get fucking pregnant. You know what I'm saying? That's different. That pertains when it comes to straight men. That's why tops also have a little bit of that because we have that nature in us. But that's why I said tops need to also practice celibacy and everything too, because that way you can be able to be faithful to somebody, because until you do that, you're most likely not going to be able to because you're going to be used to hookup culture. So, but the thing is though, the reason why they're able to do that is because y'all busting it wide open. This is why like most gays, like the majority of gay people stay at first base when it comes to dating and relationships. They never come out of first base because y'all don't know, first of all, what to do. When someone tells y'all what y'all should do, y'all don't want to do it. So then which is, just really loving yourself. It is a moral, spiritual thing I'm preaching. And y'all taking it like it's this opposite thing. But all of the verse guys that I've messed with have told me the same. When I'm topping dudes, it's cool. But when I get topped, it's not cool. This nigga has to respect me. He has to be consistent or something. I demand way more when I'm bottoming as opposed to when I'm topping. So if a verse dude can agree with me and say that bottoming takes way more energy, way more out of you, way more vulnerability than topping does, then that is exactly my point being proven. That's the reason why I'm saying tops can do a little bit of that, but we still need to have some self-respect and everything. But because we're not affected like that, we're not jaded, we're not all fucked up in the head afterwards because we didn't let all these different niggas come inside of us, carrying around 3 different nigga babies and shit. Like, let's just keep it G. Y'all are the host of a lot. Y'all are carrying more of the brunt of the energy of everything. Yes, we might be swapping some energy, but y'all carrying most of it. We know this. That's what I'm saying. And y'all are too busy trying to forcefully make it equal. It's not. Let's continue.
That what you want, but now you don't respect them because they allowed you to smash them.
That's not what we want. That's what we get because we are just horny in the moment and y'all give it to us. So if y'all just give it to us, then of course we gonna take it. If y'all are expecting niggas to get to where they're like, oh, like me, like if y'all expecting everybody to get like me, where they're just intentional, where they're just like, you know, hey, because I am that dude, but I'm only that dude after I notice you don't let me hit. I'm gonna link up with you that first time that we meet, and whatever happens, happens. But I bet you, if you let me smash, 9 times out of 10, I'm not talking to you no more. But if you don't let me smash, then that gives me, you know, the anticipation about you. So now I start thinking about you. I might be at work thinking about you, and then I'm like, you know what? I want to take this nigga out. You know what I'm saying? I want to get to know this nigga more. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, y'all have to tap into that mode of a dude. If you give it up immediately, he's gonna take it, but then he is gonna degrade you because then it's like, okay, I don't want to end up with you because then you might hurt me. Like, you didn't let how many niggas do this? Like, how many times have you done this? Like, and we don't want to ask you that because that's degrading right there to you, and it's inconvenient for us. But even y'all wouldn't respond to it, right? Y'all gonna do the same. Oh, it's equal. We can be up. Nope. Cool. I'm done on you. I already knew that though. I don't. And see, that's the problem. We mostly already know that based on your actions. We go off of actions, not your words. Y'all go off of words and shit, and that's where y'all failing at, and y'all mad because y'all are easily manipulated. And I'm trying to tell y'all how not to be, but y'all don't want to do that.
Does that explain why on a lot of sexual encounters on these apps that once niggas fuck each other, they block each other until they get horny again? So you already showing me that you ain't even trying to get to know me for real.
Why would I try to get to know you after I done hit? What is wrong with y'all? What is going on upstairs, bro? What do y'all not get? Why does a man need to get to know you if he got to get the fucking milk already? Why am I buying the cow if I get the milk for free? Why? If I buy the cow after I got it for free, that means I'm the dummy. I'm the simpy nigga. Because all these other niggas got to get the milk for free. Why would I buy it? Y'all men too, right? So y'all should be able to understand that. But because y'all are, like I said, y'all are taking the role of a woman. That's why y'all think like women. So y'all are not operating in y'all's manhood. That's what I'm trying to say. Y'all are not men like us. Y'all are not operating in y'all's manhood. That's my point.
So I think there are some elements there that are missing from the commentary. And again, Say So TV is going to share his receipts about the experiences that he has being bisexual, dealing with male and female, with him being masculine, and all these other aspects. He has a right to share his experiences, just like those individuals who are bottoms and verses who feel some type of way about his commentary are speaking from their experiences. How about we listen to all of our experiences and try to find some commonalities in there, the actual denominators in the situation, and then work on those things so that things can be better for top, verse, bottom, or whatever the hell you identify as. We can start having healthier sexual connections, because we are more than just sex, but sex is a part of the situation. It's an energetic thing too. If only we took time out to learn about that.
They care about is the easy access. They do value the easy access, and that's where I think y'all getting us mixed up. See, a dude that says that he prefers you to have bodies be a little loose because he doesn't want to work his way in and be patient. He doesn't have the patience to get himself in a hole that is not.
Hold on, before you go up with that, I also want to talk about this whole turning the tops into bottoms and the goddamn bi-curious niggas, girl, or heterosexual niggas that's curious and want to explore their sexuality, talking about bottoming. I don't know if it's more of a romantic aspect or the fact that, no shade, you can groom them in that process on how you like to have sex. And no shade, if you're having sex with someone, and especially if you care for them,
Dang, y'all sound just like women, bruh. Like, I'm trying to tell y'all. Man, this is what, yep. So I did see a documentary the other day that did it summed this all up. The reason why dating sucks so bad in 2025 and like in the most recent years with straight people or gay people, it no matter who you is, because the reason why relationships were so, you know, interesting for the male was because of the unattainable access to sex with the person that they wanted it from. So, just like straight men who are pursuing all these women who are nowadays giving it up easily, that's the reason why the relationship dating culture has been ruined, because without that unattainable chase factor for men, we're uninterested. We'll still entertain, have fun, get our nut, and then y'all consider that shit something, and that makes y'all think that y'all were wanted or like something. But men have the ability, that's why I be trying to say, we have the ability to just basically penetrate a hole. It could be a fleshlight, it could be our hand, it could be a mouth, it could be a butt, it could be a vagina. It don't really matter that much. That's why I said we don't have a spiritual thing that we do with sex, because for us it's literally just sex. The way that women were able to trap men or get men into a relationship or take them serious was because this woman stood out from the crowd. And that's what it still would be. That's what it really would be to this day. It's somebody who stands out from the crowd. So if Sexy Red's message has gotten the most women to where they're just busting it wide open, well, that means straight men now are forced to have to go and find the opposite, which is the minority, to try to be with. You know what I'm saying? That is what we're trying to say. So the same thing women will say to those men, oh, y'all like these girls that are untouched, these virgins, these young girls, because they are groomable. Y'all think it's just because they're young. It's really because they're a fresh canvas and they ain't got a lot of, baggage. They ain't got no exes. They ain't got no heartbreaks. They ain't, like, men want to be like a king in a relationship. We view that like our home is like the king and everything. So y'all are confusing that with hierarchy, because to y'all that means that we'll try to oppress y'all as saying that we're like a king, but really our other king or our queen is actually our equal, and they balance us out. But in our way of balance, y'all see equal as straight up across the board equal, but really we look at equal like we here, y'all here, and that balances it out. So yeah, in a way, y'all don't like feeling, to y'all that's less than, but it's not. It's actually more valuable, because if I meet somebody who's right here with me and this nigga's right here with me, now we bumping heads and shit. That ain't gonna work. I need somebody who know that if we have opposites in certain ways, that balances us out more and conducts a way better healthy relationship.
You should groom them on how to please you, but also be willing to be groomed, okay, on how to also please, so everybody can be pleased in the situation. Not groomed in a negative way of control, of I'm going to dominate you, but in a way of...
See, that's all a turn off to a man, especially as a top. What do you mean you don't want to be, you think that I'm trying to control you and dominate you? Why do you feel as if you're not already dominated and you let me smash? As soon as you let me smash, you've been dominated. So if you're not willing to be submissive or be dominated outside of that, well, that's where the problem is. Then that's a headache. So that means I might as well just go ahead and smash and then just never fuck with you no more. Because if you're gonna think like this, then I might as well just. That's why this is happening. Y'all see what I'm saying? I might as well go ahead and smash. But after that, there's no other reason to talk to you, because you're a headache now after that. You too busy trying to be on my level instead of playing your role to make this shit work. You want to be just like me. If I wanted a nigga just like me, I just go ahead and go. Like, why you think two tops can't be together unless one of them eventually submit, or y'all both learn how to submit to each other? Y'all are in la la land. Like, seriously. Do y'all know what a healthy relationship even looks like, or what it takes to have one first before y'all get to responding to this shit? I feel like a lot of y'all come from broken homes. Y'all don't even know what y'all talking about. So it's foreign to y'all anyway. That's why it sounds like just control and misogyny. Now it makes sense. Y'all don't know nothing. So it just sounds like it's a negative thing. Because you never been exposed to nothing real.
I care about you so much that I'm willing to show you how to please me. And while in the midst of doing that, please show me how to please you. So it could be a back and forth and a building of that tension so that when that release comes, no pun intended, okay? It can be explosive, not just on a physical level, a physical sensation, which is the base level of it, but on a mental, emotional.
Let me ask y'all bottoms this. Why are y'all getting smashed? Why are y'all getting penetrated in the butt, but you don't want to be submissive? Why are you doing that then? That's like a setup. You go to buy, like you go to go get a car, they tell you that, you know, it's going to be this down payment or whatever, but then when you get there, it's a whole nother deal. Like, that feels like a setup. Why are you letting me smash if you're not automatically a submissive? What is wrong with this? Do y'all not understand what y'all are saying?
And spiritual aspect. Because if people could learn to use sexuality and sexual energy in ways that are healing, baby, a lot of people will wake up in the morning with joy in their fucking heart and want to work and want to do shit, girl. Because somebody not only fucking their damn body, they fucking their damn mind, spirit, and soul. And I want some of that shit. Fuck this mediocre bullshit.
Okay, so if that's what you want, you can't get that by thinking this way. Because you've blocked off the emotional and the mental part. All you can get is physically fucked. That's what you don't get.
Where's the shit that had your ass crying, girl? That have you reaching for shit that ain't there, girl? The shit that make you want to be committed. Make you want to be a better man. Give you something extra to inspire to live, girl. Let's continue.
Open already? That means that what he's saying is he looks at dudes as just a sexual fling or a sexual object. He doesn't take dudes serious as far as dating goes, which is mostly DL dudes and shit. You know what I'm saying? So he does prefer you to be able to take some meat, because if he come through and he trying to bust a nut and you are difficult to break in because you got a tight box, well then, yeah, to him you're going to not be as valuable. He going to move around, go get him one of them loose ones, because in them easy access ones, because he is not looking for a boyfriend, a husband, nothing. All he's there for is to smash.
Hold on. Ain't the purpose is to remain tight? Isn't that the goal and desire, to remain tight and be tight and have grip? I would have thought the ones that would be considered least desirable is the ones that don't have walls, girl. You could sling your dick in it.
So I'm literally seeing in real time how you can say it as clear as you can, and they will still, because if someone doesn't want to take what you're saying, they will misunderstand that shit and twist it. I literally just said the tops that don't want nothing serious are looking for a loose dude. And then you say, shouldn't the point be to stay tight? Shouldn't the ones that are loose be the devalued ones? I literally just said that. What I said was the tops that are going for y'all who are, you know, giving it up on the first night and just want to smash and don't want to have no boyfriend or nothing, those ones are the ones that y'all are getting. Because y'all are giving it up. So not giving it up on the first time you meet somebody and having some self-respect and making them kind of work a little bit for it, that's too high of a standard. That's what I'm getting out of this. That's too high of a standard for y'all. Y'all don't want to do that. Y'all can't do it. It's not possible. Like a drug addict. Like y'all are addicted to sex. Is that what this is? Y'all addicted to the D? So y'all can't turn down the D at all. Like you just can't. No matter like as much as there is to get it. That's why it's devalued for y'all because it is so easy to get it for y'all, and y'all can't turn it down. Boy,
The air and nut off that before you do anything hitting these bitches.
if y'all are expecting somebody to to bypass trying to smash and then just try to straight up get to know you, only the like green niggas is doing that. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I used to do that too when I was younger and I didn't know no better. But that's not really a high value dude because he's still learning. He don't really know what's going on yet. When I be saying high value dudes, I'm talking about niggas who they know what they want, they know what they doing, and it's like they got the foundation set and everything, crib, car, income, all that. They trying to start their family. They looking for they spouse, they partner. That's what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about fuckboys out here trying to figure it out and just going through the motions. That's how you dodge them, by not giving it up. Because they're gonna say, okay, you didn't give it up immediately. Well then I'm just gonna move on to another nigga because you're not easy. But instead, y'all give it up because y'all don't want to miss out. Y'all are just men too. Y'all need to have sex too, right? Okay, so then in that case, y'all are gonna trying to be just like us. Y'all gonna get treated like you're nothing because we don't want equals. That's what y'all need to realize as men. We don't want somebody else who has like if I was to meet a bottom who got the same amount of bodies as me and got the same amount of experience as me, that is not the one I want at all. I want somebody of a better low experience setting because we try it with y'all experienced ones and then we learn that y'all are a big headache and shit. We don't come in the relationship with all that baggage because we didn't take on all that energy that y'all did as a bottom. See, that's why I prefer a top or a straight dude because they are way more like innocent. Like even if they might have smashed 10 women, 100 women, 10 dudes, 100 dudes, they always tend to still be, you know, have some innocence, have some purity, have some exclusivity, you know, like whatever they do with you, if they let you smash, you're an exception. They let it be known. They treat you different. It's not like with y'all that used to getting bottomed. Y'all don't really care. Y'all take it like it's just another nigga. Like y'all don't have anything for us to feel good about or nothing. Yes, men have egos. Men have pride, and you do need to stroke it, or else a man won't really want to have nothing to do with you. And I'm not saying on some narcissistic shit, because there is niggas that are way too arrogant, way too narcissistic. But I'm saying every man has a little level of pride. You want him to, because if he doesn't, that means he doesn't have any self-worth. That's what creates the pride, is ourself. So I get what y'all saying a little bit, because basically that does come off as misogynistic, because that means that y'all can never beat us. And y'all too busy trying to beat us, and that's the problem, when y'all should be trying to work with us. That's my point. That's where y'all strength is at, in working with us, not going against us. But y'all too busy trying to go against us, and that's why y'all gonna consistently lose. Because that shit will never fly as no penetratee. You can't get the same shit off. You just can't. Just like there's certain things we can't do, y'all can. This isn't just one-sided, okay? I cannot come around, and if y'all are allowing that, that means that y'all are just, if y'all just allowing niggas to come around with nothing to offer, not doing nothing, and y'all still giving it up, then that's another reason as to why your self-worth is low and you are not worthy of anything. You have to make the set of what your worth is. You don't wait for me to tell you that. You tell yourself that, and then you tell me that. And if I'm not willing to meet you where your worth is at, then you have to let me go. You cannot say, okay, well, cool, you can still fuck. Because guess what? That means you ain't nothing. You would have had me on your dick for a whole year or two afterwards for not letting me smash. But because you let me smash, I done forgot about you the next day. Which one would you rather be? You want to get done? You want to get smashed and be forgotten about? Or do you want to be the nigga who ain't got touched and got niggas scrounging over him? Got niggas falling at his feet. Which one you want to be?
But at the same time, I need for individuals, especially those that are serious about sex or want something more than just a sexual experience and wants to build from that. Y'all have to pay attention to how these individuals treat you in the midst of y'all interactions. And yes, if your ass is horny and you want to get your rocks off too, don't be afraid to voice that. Because as much as I love feminine men, and as much as I love bottoms, yes, there are some times, girl, where I'm going to want your ass to take control. Shit. Push me down. Choke me a little bit. Ask me some questions and do your work, girl, to have me.
The main issue is what I'm hearing as well is this all purely about sex, y'all. That's the reason why would anybody want to date you and it's just about sex? If it's all about this freaky shit, then there's no reason to get in no relationship. There's no reason to take you out on no date. There's no reason to get to know you. All of that is a hindrance at that point. If this is all that it's about, that's all he keep talking about is the sexual aspect of it. I have not yet heard, okay, I see what he's saying a little bit. In order for a guy to want to take you serious on a date, then, you know, but because this is all based on sex to y'all can't even get there. So we're having two different conversations. You're talking about just having sex, which is why you're only going to be having sex. I haven't not heard anything about a relationship or a date or nothing. I don't hear nothing about I want a man, nothing. What is the point of doing anything if you don't want a man? What is the point of doing any of this?
About to lose my damn mind. Do you see how you can still show up in the healthy way that you want to show up in, but still be submissive in the realm of sex? You have it now to where men don't even moan when they having sex. Bitch, you better let that shit out. I'll be over there sounding like that damn bulldog, that Walter did dog. Just be going off. Barking at the moon in this motherfucker. Yes, it said give thanks and give praise in all things. So even when you doing that, give thanks and praise. But a lot of times, sex is not in a way of give and take. It's just take. And let me tell you something. If a motherfucker comes to you and tell you to come to me pre-plunged and pre-fucked, unless you are an individual that likes that shit, unless you are an individual that is into what is known as whole training and that shit turns you on, unless you a motherfucker like that, you better respect your damn self, especially if you trying to be married and shit like that. Save
Okay, that was the first time I heard it. All right, let's go.
your walls for somebody who not gonna break down the walls like Jericho, girl, but be like Trump and build it up, bitch. At least look at it in that way. And I also heard that Say So TV also voted for Trump.
No, I did not. Okay? Just because I have the ability of discernment does not mean that I voted for him. Okay? I told you I didn't vote for him. Just because I didn't vote for Kamala does not mean that I voted for Trump. I didn't vote, period. All right?
Girl, but anyway, let's continue.
So that's why I'm trying to tell y'all bottoms who inverse dudes who do not want to just be smashed and be in hookup culture. Y'all need to abstain from having sex off rip. I'm not telling y'all give it no time frame. I'm mature. I know that it's supposed to happen when it happens for both of y'all naturally. I'm not telling y'all, have no 3-month rule, none of that bullshit. All that shit's fake. Okay, go off of the natural energy on both of y'all's connection.
Correct.
When y'all both feel like it's the time is right. Don't just hook up because y'all feel like y'all supposed to because y'all met on an app or something. I'm telling y'all, take control of your autonomy. Okay, y'all want to talk about how misogynistic? I'm misogynistic, but I'm literally telling y'all where y'all have the power at. Use your bodily autonomy to keep dudes from just coming inside your temple, shitting and leaving. That's where you have autonomy at. You control the access to who comes inside your body, who comes inside your temple. That's my point. Okay? Yes, tops need to also care about themselves, not give themselves to anybody like that. But what I'm saying is, y'all don't value a top that isn't experienced, one. So that's the reason why the tables is different. Because y'all like, well, why come y'all get to sleep around? Well, first of all, bottoms don't value low body count tops and all that shit. Y'all don't care about that. It's not a value that y'all have. Y'all care about masculinity. This nigga's, what he doing with himself? What he got going for himself? Is this a broke nigga? You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all care about other things. Y'all value other things. Y'all don't value this. Tops value this because tops are looking at you like, what separates you from all the other bottoms that I done had that I could easily get and that wasn't really amusing to me, but just, a fling or whatever? What's going to separate you? First of all, you being somebody who's not easily accessible to every other gay dude is one of them, okay? Another is going to be when he smashes, he can tell that, like, you are doing a lot to open him, like, to open up, to allow him inside you. It feels like you're making more of a sacrifice, or it makes us feel more whole. Like I'm trying to understand how to say that. It makes us feel more whole, as if, like, we gonna mean something. People want to mean something, especially nowadays in this world with social media and everything. People making everybody feel like they just another number and another body. If a top is actively looking for a boyfriend or a husband, he's going to be paying attention to these kind of things. That's what I'm trying to say. The tops that don't care about nothing, that's just going to smash you and go on about their business, well, these ones don't care about none of this shit I'm talking about.
So what you're saying and what I'm hearing, and correct me if I'm wrong, y'all, please, 'cause I don't know everything. What you're saying is that when it comes down to the realm of sex, because that person who is a bottom does not have a lot of experiences or has not been conquered by other men, to where it's like you found someone that is considered somewhat uncharted territory. And in a sense, I can understand that, because like he's saying, if there's a bunch of big booty bitches, if there's a bunch of slim, thick ass motherfuckers, girl, if I can go on my motherfucking Twitter, my ex, if I can go on Instagram and hit search page, girl, and all I see is a bunch of slim, thick motherfuckers, light skin, dark skin, Asian persuasion, just all different type of colors, shapes, and sizes that got what you got and be fatter, that can take dick just as good as you and take more of it. Just all these things in the sexual aspect, what makes you stand out. And I think what I would wish, or that I wish that, and again, we still got some old shit to go, so I don't know how long he gonna be, okay, as far as what he's gonna say, because he might answer some of my questions or whatever the case may be. But if we're using sex as the barometer here, we already failing. Because sex should not be the basic foundation of how all these things go. So the tighter this nigga is, again, I don't know if it's more of this like a rite of passage.
I don't get when gays say that. I've seen that in the comments, like, why everything gotta be about top and bottom and shit. That's another thing. I am the messenger. I did not make the rules. Y'all say that every time. Anytime you meet somebody, that's the first thing you asking, top or bottom. Whenever you even make a friend, y'all 5 minutes in the conversation, it's what's your sign? Oh, which you a top or bottom? That all comes along in our community. That is one of the first things that we acknowledge between each other. So let's stop with the cap shit and all the oblivious la la land shit. Okay, be present down here on earth. This is what everybody is asking immediately when they get to know you. So that's the reason why it is gonna be a factor. It's not really an issue because of the fact that, like, what y'all gotta understand is that all relationships take balance. So it's not heteronormative. It's about understanding roles and shit so that the relationship is smooth. Two people trying to do the same exact shit is not gonna work, and that's another reason why a lot of y'all are single, because y'all don't have any heteronormative beliefs. Because y'all are operating out of straight up scratch when y'all don't know anything. You can't have a healthy relationship without any blueprint. Y'all trying to do something without having any experience in it.
Of, okay, well, I'm going to be the gentleman. I'm going to be the man for you. I'm going to make sure that I talk you through this whole type of situation and work you through this. But even as a top who is working this person through this, let's be real. The goal is to get them through the part where it hurts and to the part where it's pleasurable so that now we can have some fun. And then on top of that, if we're going to...
The part that's fun to us is that part. Slow down. Like, when you running this shit, that's the fun part to us. That's what y'all don't get.
Really keep it a stack and keep it a bean. For motherfuckers that do have walls, girl, when it come down to that first initial penetration, girl, that's when the nigga's gonna have to really concentrate. Because when...
So that breaks it down a little bit better for y'all more simple-minded people. So because that's the part that tops enjoy the most, just imagine you come across a bottom who ain't doing that because they pretty open, they experienced, right? So then you smash them, you still might get you a nut, but you did not get fulfilled because they didn't give you any kind of like, they didn't, like, it wasn't nothing in it that, you know what I'm saying? You get up off of a straight dude, you get up off of a top, you get up off of a nigga who, or a bottom that hasn't been experienced, you will feel fulfilled. You'll be like, oh, I'm that nigga, like, okay, you know what I'm saying? Let me see what's up. Like, I'm gonna, you know, let me take them out. Like, it make you feel like this is yours, and now I can like do something. It make you feel safe. So the things that we consider security and stuff is what y'all don't like. Y'all consider that misogynistic. That's what I'm trying to get y'all to understand, that it's not misogyny, because that's like trying to just put you down. It's we're protecting ourselves. Y'all are toxic as well. Let's not sit here and act oblivious like bottoms is just these innocent and just walking around trying to be the best they can be and then they just getting fucked over. No. There's a lot of fuckboy bottoms too. Let's get that acknowledged, okay? So what about when I'm a top that's trying to be serious and then I come across a fuckboy bottom? You don't think that that's going to be a problem? You think it's all about y'all? We have experiences as well. So anytime a man, even with women, speaks up about what women are doing that he's been hurt by, he's called misogynistic. As if y'all don't feel like y'all could do no harm. That's that victim mindset. Stop thinking that you're so low on the totem pole to understand that you can also cause harm. All of us can. It doesn't matter where we're at. And stop thinking about shit as a hierarchy. You're the one misogynistic thinking like that. Nobody said that shit. I said what I said, and then y'all took that from it. I never said that.
That grip is tearing that motherfucking helmet the fuck up, girl, and it's tight and warm and all that shit, girl. You be telling motherfuckers to slow down. You start raising your knees up and shit so you motherfucker don't go all the way down. Now, if they was to be petty and speed the fuck up on your ass and call you Mr. Minuteman, then it's a problem. So that's probably another reason why a lot of niggas won't lose hoes, girl, because that's how they feel they can last, is when it's blown out.
That too. But that's also a top trying to smash and just going about his business. If a dude is not able to work himself in you, if he doesn't have the patience to do that, that's a dead giveaway that he's the average top. The ones that have the ability to hold train and all that shit, that take patience. That take, you know, some some stamina and everything. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta know what you're doing, and you gotta have intention when you're doing that. If I'm just trying to get my nut, I don't want to do none of that. I don't want to take my time. That's all fucking like that's just a waste of my time. I just want to jump in something and hop out. So that's why y'all are getting those guys because y'all are being accessible to those guys.
But again, to Say So's point, I can understand the romantic aspect, the heteronormative aspect of it. And even me, I'm a romantic ass nigga. I don't want to just fuck, bitch. I want to make love in this mug, girl. I want it to be full of passion. You know what I'm saying? But you also...
So how is a man gonna get passionate with you if you are for the streets? That's what y'all are leaving out, and y'all are missing out of this whole equation. What makes y'all think that a man wants to do that with somebody that is for everybody else as well? That is literally like that's a sucker move. Like, do y'all hear that?
also have to respect each other. But I think if we start having more conversations about people's mental and emotional aspects about things, it will make the relationship more whole, more complete, to where now you can really say who stands out from the crowd, because anybody can get an ass. Anybody can learn how to ride some dick. Anybody could learn to be sexy and to sell sex. But do people have things that are more than that? And a lot of times, a lot of these individuals who are tops versus and bottoms, I'm include tops as well, a lot of them also want relationships. And they get into connection with people and trying to treat them right, and they end up being scared. And to your point, and also when he shares later on with his mom, which I appreciate him sharing and being public about that, but that there are some individuals who are going to come across individuals who were good to them and wanted to get to know them past the fat ass, past the small waist. And those individuals got terrified. They were scared to trust. And that's also another aspect that I wish we can talk about, the trusting part. That's probably the reason why.
Didn't I just say that? Why is your trust messed up? Because you done did this before, right? You done did this so many times. Do y'all get where I'm going with this? So that's what we don't want to deal with. We don't want someone with all these trust issues when I'm just trying to come around and I'm just trying to build. I got good intentions. Why do I have to deal with trust issues? Oh, because you didn't went out here off in the streets. You've been all off in the streets. Why do I deserve that? If you can't manage your emotions and everything and be a thought, then that's the reason why I'm saying this, is because that doesn't exist. You cannot be a bottom getting thoughted around and then still have your emotions intact. That's the reason why it's the difference between penetrating and penetrate. We can do the penetrating a whole bunch of people and not feel nothing. But a bottom and a woman cannot do that. If they get to the point, because see what it is with bottoms is how it with bottoms and women, how it goes for y'all. At first in the beginning, y'all do care, y'all do feel attached to it, because after a while of being in the of hookup culture and everything, y'all do end up getting to where y'all start feeling used, and y'all don't feel good about yourself doing that. So that's where you still are, your emotions are still intact. But what happens is y'all keep going, y'all keep participating in hookup culture, and then all of a sudden you become numb. Now you don't feel like that no more. You don't feel like you're being used and your body is just being, done in your kind of way. Now you feel like, you've convinced yourself mentally, this is what everybody does, this is normal, this is what it is, and that is the official statement of being a pass around when you get to that mentality. So as a bottom, if you are still kind of like, oh nah, I'm not really feeling this hookup thing, I don't like niggas just coming through fucking me and leaving, you're still high value. You still got some value on you. The ones that get to the other side and they become numb, those are the ones that we are afraid of. Those are the ones that have the trust issues and everything. And not even necessarily just them. even the one that's been in the hookup culture for a while and just being used up, has the trust issues as well. But guess who don't? The one that is their first experience, they don't have no trust issues. They be wide open, bushy eyed, like bright eyed and bushy tailed, boy. Ready for the experience, ready to do it, ready for you to take them on the ride. That's way more fulfilling. That's way more, like, you know what I'm saying? Way more of a prize than having to deal with all these residuals from hookup culture, from, you know, insecurities, trust issues, all that. That's my point. Do y'all get it?
Why we be so invested to the sex part, because at least with the sex part we can try to control that, but people's mental and emotional, they have to learn to control that. But anyway, let's continue.
You'll never hear them say any of this, because this is actually against what they're going for, because this means you're going to have self-worth and think that you deserve more than just to be coming through, getting fucked on and bounced off of. They don't want you to have that kind of self-esteem, because then they can't come through easily, get what they want, and move around. That's my point. Okay, this is the benefit, y'all. I'm a top. I have options. I know that.
Now this is where the privilege comes into play. No shade. Take a listen.
Y'all are so mad. That means you're jealous. Do y'all not know that that's what jealousy is? When you look over at another demographic of people and you say because you have privilege, that is jealousy. I can, like, look, y'all. When I was out here single, I was able to get whatever dude I wanted simply because I'm masculine. I'm decent as far as attraction. Okay, some people would consider me above average. Some would consider me fine. At the end of the day, we can all say I'm at least an average looking nigga. Okay, masculine, and I got swag. I got a nice body, my face. You know what I'm saying? My personality matches. I am also a go-getter. I assert, I dominate, and I initiate dates and all kinds of shit. I know that I am high value in this lifestyle, okay? I've always had my own shit, car, crib, all that. So that is what makes, that's what bottoms are looking for. They're looking for maturity, stability, you know, like a nigga that's well-rounded, got shit going for itself. They don't give a fuck about how many niggas you done fuck, because they assume that you done smash hella niggas once they come across a high-value nigga like me anyway. They automatically assume I got hella bitches, you know, or niggas on my nuts, you know what I'm saying? So it's nothing to them. And if anything, they like the fact that you can smash women, niggas, anybody you want, and they go for the nigga that has all the options. So this is why y'all can't resonate with this message, because bottoms don't give no damn about no tops body count, okay?
Facts. But to your point, the reason why they don't care about that is because all the things that you presented is their way to be in close proximity to the power that society is struggling or will never give them. And again, if these individuals are just valuing you because of for all these performative things that are happening, what do you think things will be once the performative things fade away or something?
Y'all be misunderstanding a lot. That's not performative. That's my character. That's a person's character. That's not performative. That's who that person is. So that's why y'all don't take y'all's actions as a part of y'all's character, because y'all considering those things performative as if it's on the side of you. No, that's a part of you.
It happens to where you can't perform in that way anymore. Because life does life. So again, when the storms of life...
This is who you are. If it's who you are, that's who you are. You know what I'm saying? I've been this way. That's what y'all not getting. You live to be who you are, not eventually become something. Whatever actions you're making today creates who you will be tomorrow. Stop thinking that whatever you do has nothing to do with who you are, as if that doesn't create your person. That your actions every day is who you are.
Begin to rage. And I'm talking about in ways that money, looks, cars, houses, that shit is not gonna fucking matter.
you see how I said personality things? I said I'm a go-getter, I'm assertive, da 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 da. I said actual personality traits, and all he could pay attention to was the tangible physical stuff. That's why I be feeling like niggas be jealous a lot. You know what I'm saying? Like he said, like trying to get close to that power or whatever. That is not how y'all should be looking at shit. Like that's the reason why. Oh my goodness, I was so frustrated. Now I see why I was so frustrated before I got with my boyfriend, because a lot of the times when niggas would come to my crib and shit, I'm over here like creating this whole life for a foundation to build with somebody off of. I'm thinking I'm gonna, come across somebody. They gonna see all my worth, what I got going for me. They gonna be like, okay, this is somebody I could do something with. And we blend our stuff together and build and be a partnership. You know what I'm saying? But niggas was coming around asking me, "Oh, I like your crib. How'd you get this? Or how much your rent is?" And they was just too busy trying to be just like me. And I'm like, you can have all this shit with me, but if you want to just use me as an inspiration, that defeats my purpose of doing this shit. So that means you just want to be like me. You don't want to be with me. And that's what I was coming across a lot there for a minute. I'm like, these niggas is too busy trying to compete instead of just being with me. But y'all don't know how to do that because y'all have not been taught nothing. There's too much homophobia. Bottoms don't know how to be bottoms. Tops don't know how to be tops. That's the reason why I exist, and I'm very thankful to be able to be here for y'all because y'all need me. Like real talk, like it's a lot of polo tink tinks around here, and we got to get this right. A lot of people don't know what's going on, what they doing, or what to do. So hearing something that I be saying may rub y'all wrong, but that's because y'all just ain't used to nobody caring about gay relationships. Like, let's just be real here. So it just sounds like I'm being blasphemous, but check this out, y'all. And then I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this up because I'm gonna make a part 2 to this. But the reason why men, because I was talking to somebody in my comments about this the other day. They was like, why come, basically men that are straight are able to wait till they 40 years old, still be high value and everything, right? So this is the difference, y'all. So y'all gotta stop just looking at y'all selves, but look at what other people are looking for. So, like how I just broke that down about how bottoms don't look for this stuff in tops, we have different standards. That's the reason why we're not equals, okay? If we were equal, we would all just be looking for the exact same thing out of everybody, and that's just not what's happening. So, the reason why straight men are able to wait till they're like past 35, 40 or whatever, right? They can still be high value because what happens is for straight men, eventually, if they don't have kids or nothing until they get like 40, they eventually become successful financially. And then that is a prize to a woman because a woman looks at that like, okay, you got your shit together, you're older, which means that, stability, maturity, or it should be. And then you don't have a bunch of kids and shit. So that's like, oh, okay. That's where women value. So a straight man can still wait till he 40 something, still be high value because women mainly care about a man's ability to provide and protect. It's not about this stuff. The reason why gay men have it hard is because as a top, we take the man's role, but not fully. Because even as a top, if I wait till 40, I can still be messing up a bit and being too risky with my chances because my looks will drop. See, women don't care for a man's looks like that. So he can be 40, he could be 50. She just want a decent dude that's provider and treats her right. That's really what women look for at the end of the day. But a gay man, a bisexual man, is going to always take your looks and your body into consideration. So, and let's stop acting like we don't. We're shallow, okay? So, me being 40, I'm still not as high value as a straight man that's 40 because the gay dudes is looking at me like, okay, you're kind of old news, but you got your shit together, but like, you're kind of old news. I'd rather have a nigga that's more my age or like, the niggas that's my age at that point are not going to want me because they're looking down at younger niggas as well. So, because of the looks and the superficial stuff in our lifestyle, we're not able to allow our prime to pass. That's why we kind of go into the section of women's standards, because men, as bottoms especially, that's why you're being treated with the women's standard, because as a gay bisexual man, I'm looking at you like, okay, you got to have the stuff that I would run out of a woman. I don't care for you to be 100% equal provider. I can make more of the money. I'm fine with that. But what I do care about is your youth, your looks, your body, your sexual ability, your sexual health, and your low experience kind of thing. That's also taken into consideration. So that's what makes them more high value, because men are looking for that. You know what I'm saying? Women look for certain things, bottoms look for certain things, tops look for certain things, straight men look for certain things. Straight men and tops have a lot in common, just like women and bottoms. So we look for similar shit. The only difference is in the gay community, because we are so, superficial about looks, your prime is way more important than you can ever imagine, and it's way more important than it is to any straight person or any straight man. But a straight woman, still 35 and down. Bottoms, 35 and down. Tops, we could probably swing 40 and down. Straight men, pretty much as long as they're successful. That's really all that it takes for a straight man. All right. So, yeah. Let's see what else he's saying real quick, but I am about to wrap this one up.
And I'm not taking any of the other stuff from Say So TV, because that is what he's doing. That's a part of his life. He has all those things. And I'm not saying that you shouldn't have a partner that is also beneficial to you as well. That adds to your life. That makes your life easier, make your life better. But all I'm saying is, don't just keep it at the surface level. Make sure you find somebody, more so than anything, that mentally and emotionally can hold you down. Because when cancer or some other incurable, if you let them tell it, disease comes knocking at your door, money ain't gonna mean shit. Looks ain't gonna mean shit.
Exactly. But guess what? A nigga that's used to having different bodies ain't gonna stick around when you get cancer. That's my point. The ones that's gonna stick around through thick and thin is the ones that you make a deep impact on. You're their first love. You're somebody that they got something going with that they ain't never experienced with somebody else. That's what keeps people around. If they're used to having different niggas, you'll be just another nigga. Trust me. You'll give them a chance as soon as they get to the point where they, feel like it's inconvenient for you or whatever, or like he said, you catch cancer or some shit, they gonna start reminiscing on all that other dick, because they are aware that there's all this other dick out there. I don't want somebody who even knows that all that dick is out there. Like, that's what my point is. Like, I want to be the man. That's how you become that person that a person is all the way down for. Not because you're the 5th one, not because you're the 10th one, but because you're the most meaningful one. And no, don't get it twisted. I'm not saying that, like, if you're number 5 or something, that the dude can't be good for you, because he definitely could. A lot of dudes do the work on themselves as they age, and then they do become good. So I don't want everybody to think like me. Don't get it twisted, because I have very high standards because of my kind. I am a more, like, y'all, I've been this nigga since I was like 19. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not, a lot of the stuff that I be saying, y'all can't relate to. The average nigga cannot relate to, okay? I had a lot of, like, fortunate blessings and stuff at a very young age. That's the reason why I'm like that with my mentality of high standards, because I was never told that you can just, fuck off years and get to a certain point. I was told, if you want to be whatever you want to be, you need to get to working on it as soon as possible. You want to be a track star? Start running now. Start stretching every day. At 12 years old. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got the Beyonce mentality. People that think like us, we do get what we want because we work for it for way before everybody else around us was. So don't get it twisted. everybody's not gonna be able to be like me and have my standards no way. So I'm not trying to tell y'all to not mess with nobody just because they got body counts and all that. I'm saying to bottoms to be aware that your sexual health is attached to your spiritual, your mental health as well. Stop thinking it's separate. And you can just be frivolous and freely, careless and reckless with your sexual health, but then your mentality and your spirit just supposed to stay intact and you're just, no value has been taken off of you. I'm sorry, it's not true. Okay? So yeah, that's it for this one. I will do a part 2 if y'all want me to. He did respond to my whole video. So yeah, I may definitely do that. And I appreciate him for doing that. Please continue to support and watch with an open ear and open mind, because I just really uncovered a lot of misunderstandings and I did not say any of that stuff that he interpreted. So hopefully this clarified a lot. But yeah, y'all. Thank y'all for watching. Y'all know exactly what it is. Hey, I'm going to see you on the next one. Peace.